Yeah, what's happening, my friends? Welcome back to a new trading week. Yes, looking forward to this week, man. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys have a had a fantastic weekend. It is time to get back to the markets. Looking forward to crush it with you guys this week. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm full of energy. Had a great time. Let's make it happen here. Episode number 54 already. Very proud of you guys here. I hope you guys are doing well. Let me see what's popping in the chat. Let me quickly sneak peek here. Where's the chat? What's going on, my friends? What is happening? What is happening? Let's see. Yo, Damien, what's happening, my friend? How are you doing? Good to see you, Bradley. Welcome back, man. Rahul. Good to see you, Jorn. Yes. Damien. Jordan Williams. I am waiting for the 4455. 4455. 4455. All right. Albert, what's happening, my friend? How are you doing? Good to see you again. As always, Daniel Berger. Yes, Lek, my man. Radek. Now then, Lorenzo. I hope you had a great weekend. Definitely, man. Definitely had a good weekend. Yes. Absolutely, man. Ready to rock and roll. All right? Great. What we're going to do today. Today is the monthly open. Yes, it is. It's the first day of the month. It is June, my friends, already. Don't get too excited about the summer yet. Okay? Because trading has to continue. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't let the summer distract you. All right? The summer comes after. It will be summer every single day of the week for the rest of your life if you just put in the work right now. What do you think? Yeah? Okay. Let's get started, man. Okay, what's popping, my friends? How are you guys doing today? Welcome back. We're gonna make it an epic week. Looking forward to everything that we have here with us. Let's put on a nice tune today. Another one to kick off the week with you guys. All right, let's make it nice and steady. There we go. Okay, what's popping, my friends? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's do the analysis for today. Let's see where we are. Let's see what's happening in the markets. Okay. Gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting. Okay. Very good. The first of the month. We have to get ready. We have to be fully rock and roll right now. All right. Last week was crazy. Okay. It was a wild week. Are you guys locked in? Let me know in the chat. Are you guys locked in? Yes or no? I want to know from you. Are you locked in this week? Yes? Okay. Let's make it happen then. Perfect. All right. Very nice. As always, my friends, the New York Open has started. The volume is increasing and we are getting rejected from the previous weekly point of control. Yes, sir. It is a real level. It's the red line right there at 4540 on futures. That is the level we're currently getting rejected from. We have been trending down throughout the day and we're pulling back and we're getting rejected right now at the 4540. However, we did tap in some interesting levels beforehand, such as what we call a low volume node. You guys already know? Okay. Let's make it happen, man. Let's go over everything right now. Let's go over the higher time frame. Number one. Let's see what gold is doing. Let's just clean everything up for a second. Right, that's what we want. Let's clean everything up right now as the way we should. Making sure that everything is nice and organized before we kick it off. Okay. So the daily time frame is showing us, of course, that we are relatively weak still. Okay. The daily gave us actually a setup right there. Friday, I think, was a crazy setup. No, Friday was actually, yeah, pretty wild. Pretty wild. A pretty wild setup here on a Friday. Here we actually have that daily support here. We eventually bounced from it. Price created a beautiful candle, and on a Friday we actually went up again, but we did not close the highs here. Okay, and that's actually kind of interesting. If you look here on the 4-hour time frame, we can actually see very, very clearly right now that you can see it right here. Okay, we failed to take out the highs, but we actually flipped and took out the highs. We swapped, I would say, the highs, and we then came back down again. Right now you can see there is still a lot of quote-unquote selling pressure. The bears are not completely gone yet, right? You can see that right now price has been rejecting here. We flipped, we swept the highs. Price is now quote-unquote rejecting right now, and you can see actually very clean on the 4-hour that it's not necessarily looking super duper super strong at this given moment, knowing that we have that rejection in play right here. Okay, coming back down, pretty much pushing down again, getting rejected from that resistance. However, if you go to the lower time frame, okay, we did see a little bit more nuance to that, because we have to look at a couple of different things here. Today is Monday, so what are we going to do, my friends? Let me know in the chat. What is the best thing that we always do when we look at the volume profile? You guys probably already know exactly what we're going to look at right now, but I'm just going to make sure that you guys are fully ready, are sharp, to make sure that we have our levels marked out here, because we have a full trading week behind us, and after every full trading week, we want to understand one important layer, and that is how did the volume got distributed in the previous trading week, and from where exactly? There was a lot of volume traded. Where was not a lot of volume traded? Where was the imbalance, I could better say, or the inefficiency in the market, I could better say, the most effective? Okay, so let's mark this out right there. We're going to mark out the range right here with the volume profile, the fixed range volume profile right here. And if you're new, then pretty much just download my beautiful book, the LTA Concepts Trading Warm-Up. It teaches you everything about the volume profile in depth. Okay, but we mark it out from a Monday to a Tuesday to a Wednesday to a Thursday to a Friday. We're going to mark it out right here, and we see a couple of interesting layers right now at this current moment. Number one, we have the value high, the value low, and then of course the point of control. Okay, but what else do we have right here? If we just zoom in a little bit, my friends, what else do we see inside of the value area? This is the value area. You guys already know it right there. The value area high all the way down to the value area low right there. You can see it already. What are we looking at inside of the volume profile as well here? Okay, let's see what we have. Well, number one, yes, the low volume node, my friends, the low volume node right there. So let's mark out a low volume node. This allows us to understand where we found support. Let's see if we can move this to where price is right now, slowly and steadily. And oops, look at what happened right here. How did we bounce from that exact level right around there? We call that a low volume node rejection. What happens in the low volume node? A lot of people are trying to short that. All right, a lot of people trying to short into that. And if you don't believe me, then simply look at the order flow and actually see what happens right here when we tapped into that low volume node today. Okay, look at that rejection right there on the low volume node right there. Let's mark it out. This is that area where a lot of these sellers came in to the market right here. Boom, they were all shorting into that low volume node right there. And guess what happened? Once a significant amount of sellers entered right there, okay, you could actually see the price started to roll over. And price actually turned that into support. And then it started to push up higher. And it tapped into the VWAP and it got rejected right there as where we are right now. It's a moment, okay? So we got rejected. A lot of sellers stepped in. And guess what happened after that? Price tapped into this again. Okay, sellers stepped in here. Sellers got stuck in their trades. Price is now flipping bullish again here. So we are operating from an area of support, my friends. It is what it is, but it's the reality of what we're seeing right now at the moment. You can see that we tapped into that low volume node. However, we got rejected at right there, the previous weekly point of control right there. Okay, so we have the previous weekly point of control, the area where last week the most volume has been traded. You could see that this is actually where we found our resistance right there. Okay, so we got support at the low volume node. We found resistance at the previous weekly POC right around there, I would say, right? Support at the low volume node. Previous weekly POC, we found resistance right there. Okay, so we're in between these two zones at this current moment right here. So what I think needs to happen right now for a reversal, I think on the reversal side of things, if you want to confirm bullish behavior, I think we need to either look for an entry above this area and look for a bounce again to see if you can formulate some sort of, double bottom for like a reversal play to potentially break structure and move higher. We can also break structure, okay, right around here. Let's also look at the VWAP right now, right there. You can see this right here, right? This is where sellers are in profit on average, okay? You can see that right now. If you would break out above this area and would flip this into support, that we could find a reversal as well on gold. Okay, we are clearly reacting very interesting right now. A lot of people are trying to trade towards that gap or are shorting, especially the closer you're getting towards this gap, that more large expansion, that imbalance in the market, the larger amount of sellers are going to step into the market as well here. So this is always something that we have to think about from this perspective. A lot of people are aiming for this zone right here. Okay, they're aiming for this gap, and then we tap into an area of interest where we found support beforehand, and then it doesn't really break it right now. Okay, that is a very important moment for us to see where we are right now. I think gold is somewhere in the middle. Now, if we would say, let's say we would break down, okay, let's just take that in consideration. Let's say gold would actually break this low volume node right here and will turn it into resistance. I do think that gold has the opportunity to potentially push lower, okay, and actually come down towards the 48 area, if I'm not correct. Okay, so this is also an area where we could look for the short continuations from, because then we will be still trading with the overall daily trend pretty much. Okay, so we have an overall daily trend right now that I think is interesting. Okay, but at the same time, this is the first real low volume node that we are reacting from. All right, now at the same time, we can also use the volume profile a little bit differently, and that is by looking at the swing low to the swing high right here. Okay, so let's do that. And as you can see here, you can actually see clearly that we have no volume traded inside of this low, pretty much zero volume traded. And this is why we are also reacting from this. So this is pretty much the same exact level where we are reacting from here. So we can fine tune this a little bit more, okay, and also use the swing itself. You can actually see that this is where we are and why we are reacting right now and finding that support right here. Okay, so this is a very important level of support right here on gold. Okay, super important level is, in my opinion, this low volume node right now. I don't think that we can really neglect this zone, because I think it's just an important area of interest. Okay, now what would happen if we would break it? I think we can short gold from here all the way down towards our next zone, and this is actually right there. You can actually see this right there. 1.5k, 559, 1.8k, 1.8k, 581, 457, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so we'll take this one as well. We mark out our next area, and I think there is a potential scenario where we could actually start looking for a potential continuation play towards the downside in case we do break the lows right there as well. That simply means that we have to come down a bit deeper, and that this zone was not able to hold up, even though we found some serious support right around that area. Okay, so I think we have a couple of scenarios to deal with today. Let's look at the dollar real quick as well here. We cannot look or miss out on what the dollar is doing at the moment. I think the dollar right now is pretty neutral. Okay, dollar is not per definition looking really strong at the moment. Dollar actually was much stronger beforehand, but now it's like losing its momentum a little bit. Okay, I have marked out a supply zone. Price is still getting rejected here. This 12-hour has no bottom wick. Doesn't really look the strongest if you ask me, but the one that looks a bit stronger is oil. Oil is looking a bit better right now at the moment. It's kind of respecting this demand zone right now at the moment here, but also it's not per definition really the strongest right now at the moment here. Okay, so for this reason, let's see what happens around this area right now. I'm really tempted to see what we can do one more time when we reach these lows, and to see if there's a potential scenario where we could look for, yeah, maybe a long. And if the price gets invalidated, then yeah, we have to probably target the next zone short instead. Okay, but right now that low volume node is in my opinion something that I will be willing to look at. If the real daily trend would shift, we need to break structure. We need to break the highs. We need to pull back, turn the previous week POC into support, and then I think it's pretty safe long continuations, I would say, from there, because that means that, you know, we've tapped into our zone, our area of support. A lot of shorters stepped into the market, price reverses, traps those sellers, and then boom, price breaks out higher. So I think we have a bunch of levels to work with. Let's just now look at the first level, and that is our next zone if we will pull back again. Okay. What indicators are you using? Using the volume profile. Okay. The volume profile, my friend. Yes, sir. Lorenzo, why I have never the same POC as you? I'm also on the MGC on Comex, and I put the same as you here. Are you using on a 15-minute time frame? You're using the previous weekly POC from a Monday 6 p.m. to a Sunday 6 p.m. or Sunday to Sunday 6 p.m. New York time. I think it should be the same then, right? It shouldn't be the same. It shouldn't be the same. Right there. All right, let's pay attention to this low. I think that's the first level that I'm watching right now, my friends, is that low right here. I think it aligns exactly with what we're looking for, which is this one, this zone right here. We're actually not that far away from it, to be honest. We're not that far away from it. Okay. So let's pay attention to what happens around this area, the 25, something like that. Yeah. Is the music working, by the way? I can't check it right now. I don't know why. I don't listen to the music. I can't listen to the music for some reason. Anyways, let me know. Oh. Yes. Okay. There we go. Okay. What are the other things that we have to watch for this week? I mean, this is just the monthly open, right? So we're dealing with the first day of the week. This could be, the daily candle today could mean two things. It could mean that we're pretty much developing, right, the candle right now for a potential push higher. Okay. This is usually the first day. The first day doesn't really give us a good understanding yet of where we want to be. In a couple of days, we know. In a couple of days, we have a much better understanding of where price is at and how buyers and sellers are behaving. Okay. So yes. Dollar doesn't look that strong right now at the moment. Okay. What is the price of futures? 32. I think on spot it's 4,502. 4,502. Yeah, I think so. 4,502. Yes. It's very confusing for 30 people that trade spot. I can totally understand this if you're new to trading and understanding futures as well. But there is a little bit of a difference indeed in price. Kind of impressed how good it's holding actually already. But yeah, the point of control is definitely something that's holding us down right now at the moment. Are you only trading gold? Yes, only gold. Only gold. Pretty much right now, yeah. Yeah. I am looking into some yen in the future. Some yen, dollar yen, by the way. Okay, but that's not for the streams. This is something that I'm looking at myself on the side. But that's pretty much it. Yeah. When was the last time you took an A++ setup? I think Friday was one. And I think before that, I think there were like, I think last week was not that fantastic, I would say. I would say the week before that. But that's an A+. Like, that's like when every confluence aligns perfectly with everything we're looking for, yeah. So you're trading currencies behind the scenes sometimes, yeah. I haven't done it in a while, but I need a really good reason for it now. And the yen is very interesting, actually. But it rarely happens. At the moment, we're seeing a lot of buyers stepping in. Actually, that's very good. But I prefer price to get down a little bit more to like the 25. That would be nice. Then I would definitely look to buy. If price breaks above it, right, and we start to shift its momentum, that's also good. If price loses this level right here, that's actually pretty bearish. Previous weekly POC for me is also wrong. New York time is set. MGC COMEX 50 minutes, but for me it's on the 4563. Why is that? The main reason is because you don't have the B adjustment on right here. Okay. This is what brings it all the way back up towards this level. Because we had a contract rollover, right? Because the contract expiration took place Thursday, remember? Was it Thursday or Wednesday? I think it was Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. So because of this reason, there is a shift in volume because of the fact that this is a continuous contract we're looking at right now. So because of that, we look at the adjustment and it automatically creates that rollover for us on the adjustment chart. So this is why we look at the 41 instead, okay? Well, that answers your question. Victoria, how are you doing? Good? Good to see you again. Where's this level here? The 25? Yeah, I definitely want to see what happens around the 25, guys, because to be honest, we have been reacting there beforehand. We know how important this level is. I think it's exactly this level. Yes, it is. What the hell? The best green screen I've ever seen? Yeah, you know, AI is getting crazy for sure. Are your footprint chart set up on volume plus delta or anything else? It's set up on the bid versus the ask with the delta profile. Yes. Sorry, the delta and the volume profile combined. All right, major flip. Wow. I think gold's holding up really well, actually. At the moment, it's not doing bad, doesn't it? It's not doing bad. It's holding up really well. If we break the point of control, it will be an absolute game changer. An absolute game changer. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, it doesn't look that... Where is it? Doesn't look that nasty. Where is it? There we go. Doesn't look that bad on the 4-hour. Doesn't it? Oh. Doesn't look that bad. Such a major level, by the way, right? We already know it's a low volume node, but like such a level. Murphy says, let's end the war so market can go back to normal. Yeah, I wish it wasn't easy like that. Yeah, you know what I love? Because like we're all operating in different new territory. I don't care how long you have traded before. If you've traded 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, I really do not care. It's all new territory for everyone. Definitely a strong reaction from this 4-hour zone, that's for sure. There's no doubt about that. Absolutely. The thing is though that we have not fully broken it yet. We cannot break the point of control, so there's no reason to be super excited here yet. Sir, how can I be like you? Just don't jerk off. Stop jerking off. Anyways, I don't think this looks that weak for now, my friends. I really don't think so. But the confirmation is either above the point of control where we break it, finally break some structure, shift this daily trend as well, give us like a reason for us to like, you know, create that shift. Stop trading against the daily trend, and not the daily higher time frame, no, daily trend from today. Or we have to really pull back down towards the low volume node again and find support again and show that we're still not willing to drop lower. But it does look that weak. Yo, Lorenzo, I love your music. Amazing. Because I'm going to create a new channel soon. You will see. Come on, my friends. Why do we have that green zone there? Well, let me show you the reasoning. The reasoning is actually, this is that major resistance that we're dealing with, because this is a level where all these buyers got stuck in their trades, like a trapped buying area. Buyers stepped in below the VWAP and they failed really hard. So then price came back, and now that kind of is holding us resistance, right? So we really want to like break out, right? And pull back and like formulate high volume and then turn it into support and break higher. Do we really want to look for longs? Long continuations, let's say. So yeah, that would indicate a trend shift. Right now, I would say we're in the middle. We're kind of in a transition phase. What do I mean with transition phase? We are trending downwards throughout the whole day and yesterday's high. We have never broken structure since. Never. Everything is just lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high. And now we're here. But now we're kind of ranging, right? We're in a range now. So either the shift happens or we're coming down, right? We create a double bottom and then we break out. And we set in that shift. Or we actually break down and we continue to come down to the 4480, which is actually this next zone that I was targeting. Do I want that to happen? Not really. Okay, not necessarily. I prefer to look from a perspective of can we break and hold? But if we have to break it, then yeah, most likely this is the next target. But on the hourly, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look really weak. Right here as well. All the volume from buyers in the last 30 minutes came from the bottom. Most of the volume executed in these two 15-minute candles came from the bottom, not from the top of the range. Usually when it's from the top and price is coming down, that means that these buyers are getting absorbed. In this case, it's not really necessarily the case because you can see that here, buyers are still pushing price higher. At least they're trying to. You can actually see that this is an important level where they're trying to hold price steadily in both candles. So we're kind of seeing that most of the volume is actually coming from the bottom two 15-minute wicks. It's not necessarily something I really like. Like I don't really care. Like for me, it's just about the volume distribution. So if the volume is predominantly at the bottom of the candle, there is a chance that you're gonna find support here. That's why shorting is not the right option in my opinion. So I think this signifies that there is buying interest right now. That a shift might be happening, and of course the shift would not be complete without the New York session. So let's see how we can deal with this today. If it will be the range, just a ranging stream, a ranging stream, a ranging session, or if we actually will find support and then break structure. Can Orderflow software show limit orders? Well, we use something called CPR. It's called the composite profile. Okay. This kind of shows you the passive orders in the market, yes. You can also use things like bookmap. The bookmap or the deep DOM. Maybe you heard about that as well. Right now it's getting more popular, right? The deep DOM from Andrea and Fabio. The thing with it is though, I've tried it a lot on gold, but like the bookmap on gold is not as clean as it is on how do you say that, on Nasdaq and stuff, S&P 500. It's just not as clean as it is on these other indices with like high volume, a lot more liquidity as well. So this is why I predominantly stick with the footprint charts instead of with gold. Doesn't really work as much as I want it, as good as I want it to be. I am freaking impressed with the point of control, man. That thing is holding like a statue. It's extremely strong. Do you trade Bitcoin? Not necessarily, no. Jowdy, my man. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Hope you're doing well, bro. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. We're looking at Goldie today. Also appreciate the likes on this channel. This is episode number 54 already, man. What happens at episode 100? We're gonna get there. Yes, we will. We will do 100 episodes. And then we'll see. But we'll do 100 episodes. Do you really need the streams? I don't necessarily need the streams, no, but I do like the streams. I like the stream. I think it's fun. Okay. I think it's awesome. I think it's also real. The realest it can get, I would say. So yeah, I do really like the stream. I think it's a part of what we have built so far. I just like it. I think it's the most transparent. I think it's also very great to connect. It's so much deeper than videos. It's real. It's in real time. No delay, you know. No cuts. Nothing like that. So yeah, I prefer this over everything. Absolutely. Oh, man, I don't know what's going on today, but like, I've been dropping my tea. I've been dropping my cups. I dropped my tea over my keyboard. And now I drop water over my electric. I'm telling you, I'm the clumsiest guy you ever meet in your life. But you gotta deal with it. It comes with a package, you know what I mean? Okay. Are you gonna open a Telegram? I might do it in the future again. Yes, a free Telegram. Yeah, a free Telegram group. Just from for the daily updates, etc. Yeah, I'm thinking about it right now because you know what's happening behind the scenes? You know how many fake Telegrams there are around my name? I'm not joking. There are a lot of fake Telegram groups around my name with thousands of subscribers, which is ridiculous. So yeah, maybe one day we'll open something like that. We have, of course, our small private group right now, right? Our exclusive group, our gold hybrid trading elite group with around 50 people in there. Around another 20 will join very soon. A very, very small group. But yeah, maybe something smaller on the side. At some point, yes. Something... something free, something smaller. I'm Jet. Good to see you, my man. All right, farm is increasing here. It has to be before the New York Stock Exchange open, of course. Very nice. Okay, very good. Look at that major wick. I think we're close to something here. Yes, we are. Love the green bubbles. Let's see how large this push is actually right now. We are, yeah, very small. We're pretty much flat right now, right? So number one, the daily trend, the daily overall trend has been bearish, right? We have been trending downwards on the 50 minutes, breaking lower lows, lower highs. We tapped into the previous weekly low volume node as well as the swing. This is usually an area of support. People think that breaking, people are tempted to short aggressively when they see it's getting broken because they think we're going to fill the gap immediately. And then we don't fill the gap, we actually bounce. So we're kind of in the middle now, because the point of control, the area where the most volume has been traded, has been acting as resistance. That's X41 on futures. But at the same time, we're holding that support. So we're kind of in a range now. And either we're going to see the transition taking place, or we lose this level again and we continue to drop and we target the 4480. Why that level? Next low volume node, strong area as well here. Previous breakout range. And yeah, just see if we can target that next level, I would say. We do have the 4500 in between that, but that's a different story. But yeah, for now, we're just in the range. Dollar is pushing higher. Cover Future, I'm brand new to your channel for about 2 weeks now, and I love your content and how you actually stream. It helps a lot, specifically since I just started not long ago. Welcome to the stream, man, and hope your trading journey goes well. You're gonna have a lot of ups and downs. It's part of the game. Go through it, okay? Keep fighting, keep hustling, don't jerk off, stay focused, stay sharp, and stick with one system. Don't deviate away from it, because the worst thing you can do is strategy hopping. It will not work. Okay, you're gonna go to one guy, he trades this way. You're gonna follow him. You win, win, win. Then you lose a couple trades. You think, oh, the strategy doesn't work. Oh, let me go to this other guy because he's winning right now. Then this guy is winning. You win, 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 and then you lose. And then the first guy that you followed is suddenly winning again. And then you go to another strategy. You keep going and going in a loop, in a circle, from one strategy to another. And guess what happens in the end? Nothing, because you don't track anything. You don't build anything sustainable. You're looping like an NPC, you know what I mean? Like error, constant looking for that short-term gratification will never get you anywhere. So welcome to your journey, my friend. I wish you all the best for your trading journey, especially if you just started out. You're like a baby, you know, that learns how to walk. You're like an empty sponge. Keep it empty. Focus on the right things. Yeah, I hope we can break out of the range or actually go lower into it and hold on to it, or break out of it or whatever. But we need to kind of leave that range right now. We're pretty much flat. But it's a good sign after, I would say, you know what I mean? The breakdown today, since Friday's highs, actually. And it's also kind of interesting that the dollar is pushing higher, but gold is not really reacting to it now. So the correlation has been a bit off last week and this week. What's your thought on gold? Xau, it's the same thing, right? Same. For gold, I actually want to break. If you want to look at the gold spot chart, it's the same. But actually, if you want to clarify the level, you want to actually really break above you want to actually hold either this low. We can actually do the same thing. So we have to swing low to swing high here. Okay, we have to swing low to swing high. We're going to remove this. We have the low volume node here, okay? This is what we're looking for. Low volume node, a lot of volume. Look at that. It's like a sailing yacht with a sail, You know what I mean? Super big, no volume. Okay? Volume, no volume. Right? Volume. Never mind. It starts to look a bit weird. You get what I mean? Okay? What we want to mark out is the low volume. So for example, this is an area where significantly lower volume has been traded. You see that? Suddenly out of nowhere. So you mark out that zone. Boom. That's where we are operating in at the moment. Okay? If we lose this level, this is the next one. Okay? This, I actually would say this is the next level. Right there. Okay? So if we lose this and we break below it, great. But something is happening here because we have for sure news. This has to be a news move. Something at least, right? Look at the dollar pushing hard. It's not the manufacturing PMI. That's coming in 30 minutes. So maybe it's something. Let's see if there's something. Has to be news. This cannot be not news. We are so used to it now. It doesn't even mentally affect us anymore because we just know this is a news push. We're so used to it now. What is it? Has to be something. Yeah, of course it is. You see? Iran stops message exchange with the US in protest against Zionist crimes. There we go. There it is. 12, exactly. 9/12. You see? Of course. And then you're in a long here, right? And then we had that like beautiful long. And then boom, news. Bye-bye. Yes. Bye-bye. Look at that. News candle. Everyone was waiting for it. Now we have it. Let's see where we break this though. Like this is gonna be again an important closure. We're gonna improve the tick size as well. It's gonna be 40 at least. And yeah, this is taken out, of course, right now. So we need to see so much volume, by the way. Wow. So imagine you have to trade, right? Imagine you are in a position like we were patiently waiting for the price to come to our entry, right? But we were executing market, so we were not really in the trade. But just imagine, right? The price. Just imagine that price, you know, you have the perfect confirmation, perfect confluences, and then this news comes out of nowhere during the New York session, because it's always the New York session. And it just flushes you out down the drain. I received an Instagram follow from your account of your name. What does it mean? I think it's a fake account, man. The thing is, we still haven't left this note, but we're still in it. I think the dollar reached a major level right now, the current weekly very high, which is the previous weekly, if I'm correct. Let me actually refresh this one more time. Let's look at the dollar real quick. Previous weekly very high, right? Yes, previous weekly very high. Yeah, previous week very high. Dollar, 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 dollar. I ran this, I ran that. It always comes out around it. It's like, at some point you think it's all just fake, man. It's all just Fugazi. It's all Fugazi. It's all, it's like a dreamland. It is, truly is. Every day there's some news. It's like perfectly demonstrated. And it's like the perfect excuse to manipulate the markets, man. It really is. And I'm not that type of guy that thinks about, oh, markets are all manipulated all the time. No, absolutely. Right now, since the news came, since the war and everything, it's totally manipulated. Consistently every day. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Yeah, oil is back in resistance as well, if I'm correct. Let's look at oil as well here, so we have at least a good understanding of where we are. I think oil is at the previous weekly POC right now. It broke it, actually. It did break it. Okay. So we're in the low volume node as well right now. Right, on oil. Yeah, okay. Oil is in the low volume node right now. Dollar is in a similar environment. Let's take the high to the low on the dollar. Yeah, we're at the very high of the swing. Actually, if you look at it from this perspective, we're still in that low volume node. What a market, man. Any other news? Not necessarily. I think that's it. Iran held indirect talks with US over Lebanon, Gaza ceasefire violations. Iran, there will be no talks until Iran demands cessation Israel operations in Lebanon. This was the big one, right? Iran stops message exchange with the US in protest against the Zionist crimes. Yeah, pretty much that. Now we immediately flushed out everyone here. Yeah, if you're learning how to trade right now in this market, then you know, the only thing that I could say, have patience. Have patience, okay? Don't force things, because you can have the best setup, everything can align perfectly. You can have all the confirmations and confluences, your trend line this, your Fibonacci levels that, perfectly aligning, your support, your resistance, your supply in a month zone, whatever it is, okay? News comes out, bye-bye. Truly. Okay? The only thing I could tell you is just be patient. Don't force things, because it's not going to help you. It really is not going to help you with anything, okay? You just end up just doing some random stuff. Yeah, I think that's it, really. I really think that's it. Now, let's see where this 15, this, I think 1 hour is still far away. We still have like 30 minutes for the closure here. Looking actually very bad overall, I would say. So yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna trade this today. Sorry. I'm gonna stop the stream after 1 hour today only. Okay. I'm really sorry for this, but like I'm sick and tired of this news right now. I don't want to force anything. When there is news like this, okay, around the Iran stops message exchange in the US, because everything that I'm looking for from a confluence standpoint becomes illogical. Nothing makes proper sense to me from that perspective. I'm not here to sit and gamble. I'm here to make money, and I'm here to follow my rules. I'm not here to just follow some news and trade anticipation on the news or whatever to just have fun. This is not how I rock and roll here, okay? That's it. This is all to do with the overall news in general here. So this is the main reasoning behind it. Why? Okay. Yes. Okay. I don't want to trade this price action here, especially around this news right now with Iran and Dell. I'm kind of tired of it right now. I really want to focus on what I need to focus on. And that is the setups that we're looking for. The right setups, etc. Okay? The confirmation entries, etc. If we're already in a trade and price and news comes out, you can always manage it and stuff. That's different. But not now. Not when the market is moving and according to the news only. And if there is no news, the market's not moving. Okay? Let's follow our rules and let's continue from there, man. Yeah. Usually I stream for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, sometimes 3 hours, but I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. I want to come back tomorrow and watch this again here and see where price is from there. Okay? Sounds good, my G's. Okay, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow again, 8 a.m. EST here. Let's see if the structure is also a bit clear. Overall, I didn't really dislike the structure. I think it was pretty decent, but I think everything that comes with this is just part of how we have to deal with it in these conditions right now. Okay. Perfect, my friends. All right. Take care. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow again. Quick sesh. But yeah, let's just stick with what we got. All right. We go from there. Love you guys. See you later. Ciao, ciao. Peace, peace.